little information on how to study for the exam. First of all, read the fucking book. You gotta read the book, okay? If you try to just do questions, you're gonna end up coming to me or another tutor and spending a lot of money. Read the damn book. Can't say that enough. Get through it one time. Don't take a lot of notes unless you're a really good note taker. But if you take a lot of notes, what's going to happen is you're going to sit there and take forever to finish it. Get through the book one time at least. Try to get the big picture. Options, maybe you got to do a couple times through practice exams. But then just start taking quizzes on each chapter. Each chapter, take 10 to 15 questions on each chapter. Anything you get less than a 75 on, reread the chapter or that section, whatever it is. It's time consuming, but you got to do it. Then once you're passing all them, then start finals. Doing finals is not studying. Doing finals is to find out where you're weak. That's not a form of studying. Yes, you're going to get advice from people to say, just take a lot of tests. You know what? You don't meet the 50% of people who fail doing that because you're now doing something else. This job takes that kind of dedication. You need to read, quiz, and then study. If you need help with options, go. Either hire me, hire someone else, talk to people, or I have a bunch of videos on YouTube that will help you, okay? Now, if you've done all the quizzes and the finals, every time you do a quiz, reread the chapter. Once you get to the finals, take a final. Then the lowest two sections, reread those chapters. It's testing and reading, both of them together. I'm going to repeat that. That's my fucking mantra. You got to read the book. If you don't, you're going to have a problem. Also, don't look for which vendor mimics the exam. None of them do. Very few. You're gonna hear from people. Oh, Kaplan does, STC does, Achievable does. None of them do. You may get lucky on a few, but that's not what it's about. You're not trying to mimic the test. Yes, that'd be great. If I could write a bunch of questions that looked like the exam, I'd be a millionaire. Okay, instead of just 100 air. Okay, so no one does it. There's not one vendor, and FINRA is super aggressive about not letting people mimic the exams. They sued training consultants like 10 years ago because your questions are so damn close. Nobody wants to do that. And the Roman numeral stuff, yeah, people do Roman numerals because it's easy to write questions that way. If somebody asks me to write questions, if I have to do the ABCD ones, I could probably do like 10 questions an hour. You give me Roman numerals, I can probably bang out 30 questions an hour. Maybe less, but a lot more because Roman numerals are easier to write, and that's why they have a lot of them. I want you to treat the tests as a way to test your knowledge, not to mimic the exam. The more you know, the easier it is. Follow me on YouTube. I got a bunch of stuff, live Q&A every Tuesday and Thursday nights. Let's pass this fucker. Welcome, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Thursday. It's been a long day, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full hour tonight, but we'll see what happens. Welcome on and welcome in. That's like a little German for welcome, right? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's doing well. Couple things to clean up a little bit. A lot of people pass the test. Guys, when you're on the Facebook chat, remember, don't feel bad. When you watch those other people passing, all that Facebook group that I'm in, the FINRA exam prep with Capital Advantage Tutoring, I mean, like every day somebody's passing this test. I mean, they're all helping each other out, super supportive. It's really, really supportive. They're really helping each other out. It is just amazing. So if you go to FINRA exam prep with help from Capital Advantage Tutoring, I mean, there's at least 1,200. There's over 5,000 people in there, but there's at least 1,100 to 1,200 active people on the chats and going back and forth and asking questions and stuff. It's a lot of fun watching it. I try to let them handle it themselves, do it themselves. I try not to post too much on there because I want that to be an organic thing that just people just hang out and help each other out. So other things, if you're taking the test tomorrow, get the fuck off my live. Just go get some sleep and get off of here, right? If you're taking it after tomorrow, then you don't want to take tests the day before, but you want to take tests for the 8 to 10 days leading up to tests. Okay, boom. And then no test the day before. What do you do the day before? Well, if it's a 7, you read customer accounts. We know that for sure. That is literally what you have to do. Read customer accounts. Okay. But the day before, not a lot of testing, because the way I explain it this way, you wouldn't run a marathon the day before a marathon, right? Well, I wouldn't run a marathon ever, but it is what it is. The day before should be adding knowledge, watching videos, reading chapters, reading the difficult stuff. Okay. the stuff that you're not worried about, the stuff, maybe working on your hot sheet, stuff like that. Maybe mapping out where the place is so you don't get, you don't get there late or whatever it is, and make sure you know where the parking is. That's a thing. So maybe not in the suburbs, but in the city, you got to make sure that you can park there, right? If it's in like Brooklyn or one of the other, it's somewhere like cities other than New York where maybe the parking is not great. You want to make sure that you don't want the morning of to be where you get hurt. Um, but again, if you're taking it, I do this early on. If you're taking the test tomorrow, get off here, go get some sleep. If you're taking it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, you don't take tests the day before. But anything after Saturday, you want to take tests up until the day before. Like the day before, you don't. So I guess what, the penultimate day. Um, and when you go over these tests, you want to really review them. You really do. Now, a couple good things. So whenever somebody says, "I'm taking the test in 2 weeks," what should I do? Say, watch the beginning of the freaking video. That'll help. So take tests every day, review them, and then the day before, don't worry about the testing anymore. You're done. Don't stay up. Cramming is so bad. Cramming is so bad. Late night stuff is not going to help you at all. You really need to work on not cramming that and just getting a good night's sleep. Okay. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group. We have that's the best one. I mean, we have some good free resources. All right, so Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom is amazing. Susie Rhodes at Past Master, and Brian Lee over at Test Geek. He has some good stuff. And we go from there. Okay. Okay, Hanifa and Nankings. That's great. Okay. Let me start with this one. Can't wait to take the 66. Boom, slated for May 18th, but I want to go over a study. That's good. Okay. Cult of Personality is going to be your song. I'm telling you right now, that is going to be it. So whenever somebody passes, I play a song. I have a couple of celebration songs that we play. And the request from Michael, when he passes, is Cult of Personality, which I'm happy to do. Okay. I'll totally get demonetized on that one. I might even get a copy strike, but it's worth it. Okay. Okay. You're gonna Hanifa taking the 66 on Saturday. Boom. So no test tomorrow. We're gonna nail this thing, right? We're gonna absolutely nail this thing. I promise you, this is gonna be a good thing for you. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, what is showing up a couple times? So we know that reverse mergers. I tried to do. I think I have a video in there. Reverse mergers, right? So reverse mergers definitely showing up as a possible question on the 7 of the SIE. It is when a private company wants to go public. So what they do is they buy a small public company and then have that public company kind of buy the shares of the private company, and now they're public. So it's kind of a little. It's okay. Just remember. So why do the reverse merger? It's an easier, quicker way to go public than actually doing an IPO. So Hanifa, how you doing on your tests? Are you passing your exams? How do you feel? I mean, you should feel good, right? Okay. Throw some questions in here, or I'm going to shut this shit down early. I'll go to bed now. Okay. I had to go into the city today, came out, was teaching all day. This has been probably my second best month ever. Okay. And that's why there's hardly any videos going out either. Okay. Okay. Whatever it is, there you go, Michael. Absolutely. Boom. Okay. CC, how many weeks of 4 hours a day? Probably a month, maybe 5 weeks. Depends. Depends on your background too, right? So if you go, I can work on taxes now. Hold on, let me do that. So okay, now all the questions come in. You should have spread them out. I'm dying here. Okay, okay. That's okay. I mean, it's a hard test, and if you did well on the green lights, you're gonna be fine. Okay. Mackenzie Freeman, we're gonna do this. Okay, so CC, I think that if you do 4 hours a day, maybe 4 to 5 weeks max, but make sure take a day. Make sure you take a day or two off. Okay. Oh, you should, and then watch this. Remember, watch the 63 quick and dirty too, because that's the regs portion of it. Okay. CC, I think if you do 4 to 5 weeks at that time, but I would say the first 2 weeks should be reading. Okay. Okay. I can work on that, Wee T Fung. Okay, now let's get on this. Well, it depends. What are you getting on the Facebook? What are you getting on the exams? Okay, now. Okay. So I can go high level dump sheets. Okay, so now for taxes. Okay, so understand this is what you have to remember. Everything is ordinary income. Everything is ordinary income except for 3 things. Okay, only 3 things are not ordinary income: a buy and a sell, option expiration is a capital gain or loss, and mutual fund distribution of capital gains. Remember that these 3 things. Okay, so option expiration, a buy and a sell, and they can be gains or losses, and the mutual fund distribution of capital gains is a capital gain. Okay, that is the biggest one to remember. So everything else is ordinary income, dividends, income, dividends, interest, anything else is going to be ordinary income. When you take money out of a retirement account, it is always ordinary income. Okay, always. It's never capital gains. So, because if it's not one of those three things, you don't do it. Now, what's cost basis? Cost basis, okay. Nope. No, if you have the CFP, you can get waived out of the 65, but not the 66 or the 63. You don't need it. It helps. It makes it look better, but you don't need it. You don't need the CFP to become an IAR, but it does look nice at the end of your name. It's one of the few things you can write at the end of your name as initials and not get in trouble. So let's go back to this. So cost basis is what you pay for something. Proceeds is what you sell it for. Remember that. Cost basis is what you pay. Proceeds is what you sell it for. The difference is your gain. So let's think about it. If I buy shares, if I buy stock at for 50, my cost basis is 50. Okay. If I sell the shares at 60, because it rises at 60, I sell them. Okay. Then and then I sell them, that's going to be 60 is my proceeds. Okay. Now that is going to be what was I going to say? That is the difference. Cost basis is 50, the 60 is your proceeds. The difference is your gain or loss. In that case, it's a capital gain at $10. Now, if I think that works. If you buy it, no, guys, write this down. If you the bullish options, buy, call, or sell a put, your break even is your cost basis. The bearish options, if you buy a put or sell a call, the break even is your proceeds. That's going to help you a lot. Okay. So proceeds is the break even when you buy a call or sell a put. Those are the bullish options. And the bearish options, when you buy a put or sell a call, the break even is your proceeds. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, whenever you do, if you buy and sell shares, this one's going to show up definitely. And you don't mention a method. If you don't mention a method, they do FIFO. Okay. They do FIFO. So that means if you don't mention a method, they do FIFO, which means the first shares you bought are the enemy of the first ones coming out. And that tends to be the more expensive for you because you're going to have a lower cost and the higher proceeds. So it's going to be worse for you. But what you can do is do select a share, meaning specific share identification, where say you buy stock at 10, 15, and 20, and then you only sell a bit of it. Say you buy 100 at 10, 100 at 15, 100 at 20. Ooh, it got dark. If you buy 100 shares at 10, 100 shares at 15, and 100 shares at 20. And then you sell 100 shares at 25. If you don't mention a method, they're taking the 15 and you pay taxes on 10. If you do say, no, I want to sell the shares I sold at 20, they're going to pay taxes on 5. Okay, and that's better for you. That's share identification. You can't choose LIFO, but you just can do LIFO manually. One thing I was going to bring up on this. Okay, what is the deal with holding something over a certain time? So if you hold shares for more than if you buy more and hold something for more than a year, then you have what they call a long-term capital gain. And that the long-term capital gain means you're taxed at either 0, 15, or 20, which is great. Remember, not graduate. It's 0, 15, or 20. If you're in the highest bracket, you pay 30, 20, which is a 37% bracket. Everyone else pays 15. But if you're under now, if you don't need the numbers, but if you're in the lowest brackets, which is under 46,000 single or under 97,000 a year total income, married, then you pay 0 capital gains tax at all. You pay none, which is great. So you can trade off. You can literally make 80 grand a year as a trader of trade and never pay taxes on this stuff, which is great. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. That was a little high level on Miriam. I have a taxes video called Taxes Baby. Go check that out. Okay. Okay. The difference in Class A and Class B stock. Okay. Now, the difference between Class A and Class B stock, okay, is up to the company. It's not, there's no set one, right? So like there's Google A and Google B, right? No, they trade literally the same thing. It's just the voting rights. It's just whether we have more voting rights or others. That's all it is. It's literally a difference between whether you can vote or not sometimes. Like one of the Googs you can vote with, the other one you can't. And I never look. It doesn't matter. They're literally the same price. So that's really the difference between Class A and Class B stock on stock. Okay. Not like mutual funds. That's a whole different thing. Okay. Okay, Anifa, go over the bad stuff and the good stuff. That's what tomorrow should be, going over the bad and good. See how many of those ones on the 68 you got. Um, that are dumb answers. Remember that the SDC questions get harder as you go up. They deny it, but they definitely do. They absolutely do get hard. They go up and down. They absolutely 100% do that. Okay. Now, okay. Oh, brighter. I think I'm better in the dark. I must have been something before electricity. Okay. Um, don't sweat it. You got this. Take your time. Go over the quick and dirty, the 63 quick and dirty, and the 66 quick and dirty. That'll help you. Because the 63 quick and dirty is the regs. The 66 is all the rest of the stuff. Okay. Mackenzie, you got this. You got make sure that you have what the register can and can't do, and the investment risk, and watch the quick and dirty. Also, what'll help too is I have a gorilla video. I think I have a crash course playlist that may help you. Like, it's a crash course, SIE crash course playlist. It's a lot of good stuff. Okay. 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 Thomas, boom. Awesome. That's it. It's cheap and you can do it. Absolutely. Watch all the class replays. You don't even have to go to the classes. Okay. Okay. Now, testimonial is when you have a third party talk about how good you are. So now remember something. As of 2 years ago, it used to be always illegal. Now, federal covered advisors testimonials are allowed. Okay. As of 2 years ago, so it's on the test now. Federal covered advisors testimonials are okay. Okay. Testimonials are absolutely good. Okay. They're allowed with disclosures. You have to say, I have a video on it, but you have to say stuff like, you have to say whether they're qualified, whether you're paying from, who they are, what your relationship is, stuff like that. You have to disclose it. That's just testimonials. On the state level, no. On the state level, no testimonials at all. Now, remember something. That doesn't prevent a third person from posting on a third-party website like a Twitter or wealth management forum or Reddit or Facebook and how good you are. You can't control that. So that you don't have to worry about. That's not your problem unless you refer to it, repost it, relink it, put it on your website. Any of that stuff, okay? Any of that stuff, okay? Any of that stuff, if you take it on and try to refer to it, it's called adoption, and then you have to treat it as if it's your stuff. Okay, now, okay, now. Oh, Lindsay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Tom, welcome on. Okay, you're going to see those classes. They really are helpful. Now, it's cheap. It's a couple bucks, right? What else does it say? Okay, now, if you get involved in writing it, this is the bad part. If you get involved in writing it, there's adoption and then there's entanglement. Entanglement is when you, the advisor, help the person write it behind when you get. Thank you, Thomas. That's awesome. Yeah, the options ones will change your life, my man. Those option videos are phenomenal. I think. But I'm biased, or am I based? Am I telling the truth, or am I biased? Now, if you get involved in writing it, that's called entanglement, and then that could be a problem. That's testimonials. Solicitor is literally a person or a firm that gets clients for an investment advisor, only the advisor. SEC does not think of solicitors as giving specific advice, so they normally don't make them register on the federal level. They can, but they normally don't. They register on the state level. Now, if you're just going to work for one specific IA and sell for them, and you're an individual, you can just begin IAR for them, and just go solicit. They don't care. Remember, the regulators don't care what your employment relationship is. They just want to make sure if you're working for someone, it's real registered. Okay, meaning that if I'm just say, listen, I hook up with an IA and go, look, I'm not going to come in the office. I'm just going to, if I go to the golf course, I'll try to send business your way. As long as you're registered, the regulators are good. I don't have to go into the office. I don't have to I probably should have some employment thing, but if I'm a 1099 guy, that's fine. Or what if I come in the office every day and do it? That's fine too. Okay. But if I'm a firm and I want to give to different, like maybe work with different IAs, I make my own firm, my investment advisor firm, register on the state level. And then whenever I go to a client, I have to give them my brochure and theirs. Remember that. I have to give them my brochure and theirs. Okay. Boom. Okay. Lindsay, what are 22 and 23? What are those? Okay. Now, I don't know what your scores are. I don't know what your scores are, but Probably when you're passing them consistently, book it for a week away. That's what you should do. When you're passing tests consistently, book them for a week away. Okay. No, again, so you do not need a CFP to be an IIR. It does make you look better, but you don't need it. Okay. What do we got here? Okay. Okay. How to remember the formulas? There's not a ton. If you find my 90 minutes of math video, I cover a lot of the math you need, and it's not hard. Literally, you can say no to all the math. You could seriously say no to all the math problems. Okay. Okay. You could say no to all the math problems and probably still get an 85 or 90. It's just, it is what it is. Okay. I think somebody asked for a copy, a link to the taxes video. Hold on. Oh, I did it in 2020. I'm gonna have to, maybe I'll do a new one, but I don't really need it because I don't use numbers. It's all this, nothing's really changed. Okay. Okay. That's the taxes baby video. Okay. So now, okay. So really the way to remember them, don't sweat them too much. Find my 90-minute video. It's not really a thing. Okay. Okay. Um, Again, I mean, the formulas, I mean, can you get tax equivalent yield? Convertible stuff, options, obviously. PE ratio, earnings per share, tax equivalent yield, I think I said total return, maybe current yield, maybe. Accretion and amortization, maybe accrual. I doubt it. I doubt you're gonna get accrual. A lot of the bond math is either the current yield, you gotta know the bond triangle, right? Okay. And you don't know. I think that's a lot of them. Go find my bond math video. I have bond math videos, but find my 90 minutes of math for the 7. I literally cover all the math you have to do. You may have to do like a rights offering, stuff like that, but not too bad. Okay. So Facebook user, I put the link video in the thing. Okay. Okay. That's 2 people asking. Don't sweat the margin. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Did they? I'm sure they didn't. But 6 point. Go into my. I mean, you're taking the 7. The 7 is going to be a few, but maybe 4 or 5. Go into my series 7 playlist. Find the 2 margin videos. If you can do that, you're fine on the test. I mean, it's literally 2 20-minute videos. I mean, anything more than that, you're a waste. I don't do extra videos on them because it's a fucking waste. Okay. Again, a dead sheet, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 3, 4, max 5 at most. I mean, and they're usually pretty simple. Like you may get 5 margin questions. 4 be easy, 1 to be hard. I'll take an 80% every time. Okay. 80% and not because it's not worth wasting so much time for one question. Guys, don't forget, no, don't remember. Just if you can get equity in SMA and minimum maintenance, you're good to go. The problem with the vendors is it goes so deep on them sometimes, and they flip you around and they go like, okay, well, Bobby bought stock at 40, he bought 100 shares at 40, and 100 shares at 50, and 900 shares at 32, and then he gave them to his sister, but then his sister died and left them to her aunt, and then her aunt gave them to somebody else, and then sold some of it. What's your SMA? Who knows? I have no freaking idea. Okay, and you would never have to do a question that bad. Don't forget, guys, the membership stuff. I'm not trying to push it, but I have like 4 levels. One very cheap membership level. It's like $6 a month. You can watch all the membership videos. The next one up is my options only videos. No classes, just the options videos. Plus, you get, remember, any level up, you get everything below it. So the options video is like $20 a month. Do it on your laptop or desktop, not on your phone. The phone adds like 30% because iPhone is obviously Apple's going to get in trouble for that. Maybe they have to give all that money back because they're right in the lawsuit. You saw that. Now, that's options only. My options are fucking great. I don't do them like everyone else. Everyone else does T-charts. I don't. There's one other guy at Kaplan who does it, Esposito. He does a similar thing to me. But it works. If you've done options, it kind of works. I mean, that's kind of builds, right? So I've been trading options since I was like 16. So I understand them enough. I mean, I didn't say I was making money. I just said I've been trading. So I understand them, and I do everything based on the breakpoint, not T-charts, because I think T-charts are fine. I just think they're hard to understand. Like I can get you to be these videos within an hour. You're killing fucking options, and you just all you have to just make sure you keep remembering it. Very intuitive. So that's one level. Then the next level up is $25 a month. You get the videos, plus we meet once a week, whether it's a 65, 66 at 6 Eastern, or the 7 at 7 p.m. We meet every Friday. And then if you go the big time and you want to do the options classes too for $50 a month, you get the options videos, this FINRA class, that's 7, and then the 8 o'clock options class, which is a lot of fun. I call it the options happy hour because usually by that time of night, everyone's drinking wine and we're having a good time. And it's a lot of fun. It usually goes an hour. It's supposed to go an hour, but a lot of times it goes past that. Unless I have to go out and pick people up. Okay. Okay. Exam from tomorrow got to achievable. Yeah, by the way, Lindsay, go find the old member, go to the membership tab. You'll see a lot of the old classes on there and they'll help. Oh God. I would do it, Trevor. So your exam a week from tomorrow, got through achievable, doing Kaplan QBank right now, averaging 73 to 80. When should I take the FINRA practice exam? I think I would take it this weekend. Yeah, I would take it like tomorrow, either tomorrow. Do it when you're free. If you're working during the day, don't do it then. Do it Saturday. Also, the other way you can test yourself, I have in my practice, if you go to my playlist, there's a practice finals or free finals, whatever the hell it's called. I don't organize that shit. Free practice finals. And it's the first one is called 75 questions. It's ridiculously correlated to the exam. It'll feel very familiar when you take the test. It really gets you used to the wording. Not as good as the FINRA one, but it's damn close. Okay. And if anyone doesn't know what Trevin's talking about is the FINRA. This is the only time they've done it. FINRA actually puts a practice exam up there online on their website. I've done a couple of videos on it where I do it. You can watch me do it, but it's better to do it yourself. And they don't do it for any other exams. So remember that. I've had people go, wait, where's the 7 one? No, it's a one-time thing. That's the only time they've ever done it. It's strictly just to help let you get used to the wording and for new people. Like I saw somebody reach out to on Reddit. I got to talk to him. By the way, I got to talk about that. So now, let's go this way. Okay, since my job is making me wait till August to take the 7 again when I pass the 66, I'm going to do it for more than 2 months, right? So you have to wait 6 months for the 7. So, but you're heavy into it. You'll have the 66 done, and then you'll have 3 months left, right? So you don't want to start studying more than 2 months out. So you want to start about 2 months out. Just read the book, even if you read it twice. Just get through the damn thing twice until you feel good about it. The more you read the book, the more it sinks in. Okay. Let's see what this is. Not much. In equity, UIT buys. I mean, they just buy stocks versus bonds. And the thing is, in equity, UIT, either way, the UIT is a fixed portfolio. They just manage. They supervise it, I guess. Whenever I think of the person, no, there is not. There is not. There is not. Listen to me. There is not a Series 7. It is. I said it's literally just the SIE, not the 7. And if I said 7, I apologize. So I'm going to yell at you anyway. I'm going to blame you, even if I said it wrong. It is SIE only. The Series 7. There's no 7. Okay, now a UIT is literally just a packaged product. What they do is they seal the top off. You buy it at NAV plus a sales charge. But unlike a mutual fund, it's not mutual fund. They manage it. Here, it's just in there and they supervise it. And as the shares disappear or get called or whatever, they don't replace them. So eventually, it self-liquidates. Okay. I have practice exams on my YouTube, but that's it. Okay. I am testing on Monday, and I've been taking all my 8 finals. What should be planned to study to be ready for Monday? Last test. 70. Okay. You can take one more. I mean, I would take one Saturday, but nothing on Sunday, right? So you can take tests Friday and Saturday, maybe redo 1 and 2 just to make sure you're okay. And like I said, I keep saying this over and over again. Sunday, you just review, add knowledge week. If you're taking a 7, I don't know if it's a 7 or not, but if it is, read customer accounts the day before. Okay, you got to make sure, but don't take any tests the day before. You don't want to kill yourself that way. Because here's what happens: if you take a test the day before and you don't do well on it, you're fucked. Your mindset is so gone the next day, and that's why you don't do that. Okay. Let's see. Bond ladder, sure. So here's what happens. So, for the 66, okay. Trading securities, they're not going to go heavy on that. You mean like order types? That's for the 66? I wonder why they have so much on trading. That's quite. It's not really a heavy thing. Let me think on that. Okay. I mean, you can watch the performance dirty. That covers those chapters, but there's not a lot on trading. I mean, I think I have a trading. If you go to my Series 7, I think I have order types and trading. Go on the Series 7 and do it there. If you go on my Series 7 playlist, there should be a video on trading and stuff. I don't even know if I do. I say shit, but I never know. Hold on. Let's see. I mean, maybe it's the markup, markdown stuff, but yeah, I don't think it's mostly going to be order types, if anything, because the 66 is not really about that. Yeah, like maybe this slobs over bliss. Yeah, yeah. Go look in my Series 7 stuff, and you might see something. I don't think it's that crazy. Okay. Again, okay. Now the bond ladder, Arian. The bond ladder is literally what you do is you buy like a 5-year bond. So right now, I want to set up a ladder. I'm going to buy, and what it does is it reduces some of your interest rate risk. And Lindsay, I'll see what I can do. So, um, you're buying a 5-year bond, an 8-year bond, a 10-year bond, a 12-year bond, a 15-year bond, a 20-year bond, a 25, a 30, and a 35, whatever. If you can get a 35, right? Disney does that. Now you do all the way out there, and then you're spreading it out. So what happens is as interest rates go up, you're good. Okay. Chapter 2 and 14. Why do I say to read customer accounts? Because I fucking do. Because it's heavily tested and it's easy, and everyone fucking forgets about it. So read customer accounts, chapters 2 and 14 in SEC. I don't know if it's 15 or 12 and Kaplan, but literally you can get 15, 20 questions on it, and it's easy stuff. So why give that shit up? Okay, now, so again, the bond ladder. So what happens is if interest rates rise, right? If interest rates rise, well, the longer bonds will drop, but the shorter bonds, when they mature, you'll now have money to buy the bonds at the higher rate. So that kind of evens it out. But if rates drop, then what happens is, yeah, the shorter bonds get screwed, but the longer bonds will go up in price more, and they're locking in a higher price. So by doing a bond ladder, you're reducing the impact of interest rate risk. Not a ton, but you are reducing it. And that's all it is. You're buying it, you're stretching it out, and then you're just as you buy the long and the short, and then they kind of offset it. Now the other one is a barbell where you buy a bunch of short and you buy a bunch of long. It sort of does the same thing. It's just a different version of it. Okay. Okay. So go on. Okay. Yeah, Lily, I do. If you're better off. It'll be cheaper. And you might have bought them on my website, right? Which is more expensive. Go to this thing. Go to my videos. Look for the join button on my channel. Hit the join button. Hit options only. I have single. I have hedging. I have spreads and straddles. Okay. 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 Yeah, JMac, I'll work on that. So now hold on, let me go. So again, Lindsay, go look for the performance measures. Definitely for the 66. Go look at boom, Tyler. We're gonna get this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I know that's the thing. I'll get you. Hold on. Now, I don't want to be too far behind. How far behind? I'm only 10 minutes. That's so bad. Okay. Um, performance measures, that's my 66 quick and dirty. I think that is. I may try to do other videos on those specifically, but that's kind of where they are. Guys, the other thing to look at if you're taking the 65 or 66, I did a finance term, a really long one. It's like 8 hours. I have a lot of students say they just play it in the background while they're cleaning and walking and stuff. I literally do 8 hours of finance terms A through Z. It's fucking nuts. Okay, 8 hour video. It's incredible. Okay, okay. Now, um, hope that helps Lindsay a little bit. The trading securities, just look for slobs over bliss. And I have two ones: slobs over bliss and um order types. Those are going to be the only ones. They're not going that deep on the 66 on this stuff. They're not. Okay. So again, so you Lily, go instead of going on the website and buying it, go to my channel for $20 for a month. So don't buy more than that. So don't do it on your iPhone. Do it on a laptop or desktop. It's $19 or $20, and you get all my options videos. You get the single, you get the hedging, you get the spread straddle, and you get like a 30-minute video of me just doing problems. And I'm adding another one, a really good one, more word problems in about a week or so. I'm still just getting through all the questions. Okay. Okay, so JMac, I want you to write this down. Remember this. Write down 100 basis points. Write this down. Everyone who wants to know basis points, write this down. 100 basis points equals $10 equals 1% equals 1 point. I have to think about that for a second. Because 1 point is, 98 to 99 is $10. So 100 basis points equals $10 equals 1% equals 1 point. Okay, 1 bond point. So remember, so if you go up 2 points, if you're par and you go up 2 points, that's what is that? That's oh my god, why am I thinking that's 1020? That's not $10, it's 2 points, right? Okay. 20 points is 1200. Okay. So that's all you got to do. So each point is $10, right? So 100 basis points equals $10 equals 1% equals 1 point. Remember that, JMac, baby. Okay. Okay. We're gonna get this. Okay. Short swing. What's a short swing prop? Okay. Short swing profit. Okay. JMac for what book, by the way? What book you asked in best textbook? Okay. Short swing profits is when somebody who's like a control person, like a pods, partner, officers, directors, and shareholders. I go pods, PODS, partners, officers, directors, and big ass shareholders, right? 10% or more. If they own shares of their company, if they sell it within 6 months, that's called a short swing profit rule. So if they sell it for a loss or flat, no problem. But if they sell it for a profit, they have to disgorge the profits back to the company. Okay. So if they buy, Bill Gates buys Microsoft today at 250 and then sells it, 8 months, if 8 months from now at 270, he's good. He can keep the profits. But if he buys it, he doesn't have to hold the shares. So if he buys it at 250 now, and then 3 months from now he sells it at 260, that $10 profit he has to give back. Okay. He has to give that profit back. So that's a short swing profit rule. That's all that is. Okay. Okay. Now remember, the only practice exam FINRA has is for the SIE, not the 7. Okay, JMac. So the best textbook. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, if you want to learn for any of this, for the SIE, Achievable is the best by far. They teach it, they challenge it, whatever. The questions are great. Okay, they don't look like the exam, but they really get you ready. Okay, for the 7, and then Kaplan and STC are after that, and Notman. For the 7, it's more even. It's like my perfect world is to buy the Achievable program and buy the Cap and Cubic. Now, this is interesting. So there's a guy, Michael Weiss, has a link to it. You get a 10% discount. He is great. Okay. If you need tutoring, go reach out to him. Michael Weiss at Series 7 Exam tutor.com. I'm series7exam.org. He's series 7 exam tutor.com. I charge like $185 an hour. He charges only $95, depending. If you want to meet on the weekends, it's more. He's really good, especially with the 65, 66 stuff. He's solid. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yep. Elliot, I'll work on that. Okay. Now, so for the SIE, it's and by the way, you can reach out to me. I like Michael Weiss, but if you don't want to go there or whatever, I have other tutors that we can work on too. I have tutors I can send you to. Now, um, you're gonna make me do fucking math at Ditchy, you fucking bastard. No, I'm kidding. So for the 7, I literally told you I was tired, and then you make me do math. You're killing me. Okay. Now, for the 7, it's Kaplan STC Achievable, but the perfect world is by Achievable Questions. I have a link in my videos. You can get a discount, $10 off, or and watch the Kaplan Cubic. That's the best. That's the best makeup. If you don't want to do that and your firm only pays for it, get STC. They're a good mix. Their questions are closer to the exams, and the test. Their book is really good. Anything else, a 6 you can do Achievable or a Kaplan STC. It doesn't matter. If you're going to do the series 3, have to do STC. There's no one else. If you're going to do any of the principal exams, STC, no one else. Okay. And for the principal exams and STC, there's no one, but you can buy the Kaplan to back you up. But for the 3 and any of the principal exams, the 4, the 9, 10, the 24, you got to use STC. Kaplan just does not cut it on there. STC is by far the best. You can buy Kaplan backup, but STC is best. Not Achievable, not past perfect, anything else. STC for the principal and the series 3 exam are the best by far. Okay. Okay. No, here's my thing about the 63. Once you read the book once or twice, stop reading. Just take tests. You got to get, and if you're running out of questions in STC, buy the Kaplan Q Bank. Do something like that, or buy the Achievable one to get more questions. The 63 is more about getting the book done, reading the book once or twice, and then just take tests. And anything you do bad on, review. I have videos on that. I have videos on most of the 63. I literally, they're all out there. They're in my playlist. They should help you a lot. Okay. So that's our goal. Okay. Steve, just take as many tests as you can. No, now take 5 a day, but 2 a day, review them in detail, then move on. And make sure, and anyone taking the 63, remember something, you got to get the timing down. When you're taking the test, you got to get it down to an hour or less. You have to get it down to an hour or less. If you're taking more than an hour when you get into the exam, you're going to feel rushed, because yes, you have enough time, but it's tight. Sometimes the questions are long. You want to get yourself to 50 minutes to an hour, not shorter than that, because you're rushing through. 50 minutes to an hour, that should be the sweet spot. If you take longer than that, you're going to feel really rushed on the test and make some stupid mistakes. Don't do that. Okay. Colson. That's a cowboy name. Okay. That is a cowboy name. So, if you watch it quick and dirty, just make sure you got the investment risks down. Make sure you got the what the register can and can't do. Maybe find my gorilla tips, my gorilla style video. There's a lot of mnemonics in that. But other than that, get some fucking sleep. Go get a massage. Find a girl. Find a guy. I don't give a shit. Get somebody to give you a massage, whatever you want to do to relax. It should be. Sleep is under fucking rated. Okay, I'm telling you right. Sleep is the most underrated thing on this. Do not stay up night cramming. It won't work. If you have STC, go through their crunch time facts. I'd rather you go to bed early and wake up early and do a little reading. Other than that, go take this thing, Colson. You're gonna nail it. Okay. Yeah, Colson. I work on the seesaw now. Oh, hold on. While you're doing it, hold on. I use a triangle, but I do cover that at the end, because I'm not that kind. I'm not that much of a jerk. Colson, this bud's for you. No, this video I just did is for the bond triangle. That'll help. Okay, that'll help you a lot. Okay. That's the bond triangle. So just remember, the big thing is knowing the relationship. You'll never really have to do the math. Remember, so in a discount, coupon's the lowest. So if they just give you yields, if you see the yields, am I on this one? Hold on. What am I doing? I'm jumping around. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's fucking heavily tested. Customer counts is absolutely, whatever they say, it is absolutely. I'm telling you right now, when you take this test on Monday, come on here Tuesday and tell me how many customer count questions you got. You're going to be like, holy crap, I got so many of them. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Tyler, I'll get to you. You're up next. Now, okay, the bond seesaw. Remember something. If you see two yields, if you see always the first yield is usually the coupon. Wow, that is the most cover your ass way I said that. Always, sometimes, right? Mostly always. Okay. So the first one is usually the coupon. So if you see the yields higher than the coupon, then it's a discount. If you see the yields lower than the coupon, it's a premium. Okay. So if you see the yields lower than the coupon, it's a premium. If you see the yields higher than the coupon, it has to be a discount. If they're the same, obviously it's a par bond. Now, the way you'll know is that they'll say, like, you bought a 4% bond or you bought an 8% bond. If you buy a bond, okay, if you buy an 8% bond, that's a coupon. That's a coupon. They might even say the 8s. That means the 8%. Okay. And remember, long and low, baby. Long-term bonds move more than low coupons. Okay. Did I do it on my thing? No, I got my other one that I have it on. Okay. Okay, thanks for doing this. I take my 65 for the second time in 3 weeks. I do not always. Yeah, that's the thing. Listen to me. The 7 and the SIE, they make you feel like you're failing the whole time. Seriously, if you take the 7 and the SIE and the 6, maybe they make you feel like you're failing the whole time, which is a horrible feeling. But you're doing better than you thought. And I got a lot of people go, I thought I was failing, and I was about to give up, and I kept going, and I won. I kept grinding. Just take it like a savage, right? Now, the 65, 66 exams, they actually, I don't know why, I don't know how they do it. They make you feel like you're doing better than you are, because I think they're subtle. They have not super tricky, but they have little tricks. And like a lot of times there'll be two answers, and one will, I mean, sometimes it's just a stupid fucking answer and it's the right one. Like I got a question on Sharpe ratio, right? So Sharpe ratio is like how are you getting enough reward for the risk you're taking? There's all these answers that looked good, except for the answer was portfolio benefit versus portfolio risk. Okay. So it was just, it sounds dumb, but that is what it is. Okay. That's really, it's just a 2 words. Everyone thinks so too long to be wrong. I'm not a fan of that. Find the right answer. At least get it down to 2 and then figure it out from there. Hopefully I don't die. Remember the rule. If I die, you have to share the shit out of this so I go viral as the fat ass old tutor who died on screen, on a live. Instead of going to the hospital when my arm hurts. Now, Yeah, so the most important thing for this, I mean, you're taking it in 3 weeks. You got a ton of time. Focus on reading, reading, reading. A lot of people get nailed by the investment vehicles. The regs, yes. The investment vehicles, people get hammered by. That's why I just did a video like 3, 4 days ago. She's doing pretty well. And investment vehicles. It's a longer video. It's one of my longer ones. I don't think it's my longest one. I mean, my first like 8 videos were all long, and then I did go back. I do what's needed. I don't say long or short. I just do what's needed. Um, I just think long videos can, and if you're in a monotone voice, a long video is ridiculous. So I try to change it up. I'll try to keep it somewhat entertaining. Okay. Richie, Rich. Okay. My test day is tomorrow. Final test I've been 70 to 79. Exam is tomorrow at noon from 30 to. I know you want me to get off on good sleep, but getting nervous. Okay. So go take care of yourself. Take off the nerves, whatever you have to do. Richie, I know you want to get sleep. So it depends what test you're taking. Hold on. Did you say? For the SIE, oh, we got this, right? You're good. You're going to nail this. Your scores are solid. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Ditchy. Yes, that's what it is. It feels like it isn't, but it's going to be between 15 and 25 questions. Seriously, it is. Okay. Now, for the SIE, back to this. So relax. Hope you watch my quick and dirty. Get some sleep. I'm telling you, Richie, you got this. Your scores are solid. As long as it's not for memorizing, you're going to be fine. Just take your time. Here's the big thing. Read every fucking word. Okay. Get sleep. If you want to do any last minute studying, don't do it tonight. Do it tomorrow morning. Go to bed now. Get off my fucking live, baby. Get off my fucking live. Go. Make sure you got the rep stuff down and the investment risks. Watch my quick and dirty. I think you did already. Watch my gorilla style. Get some sleep, my man. I'm telling you, sleep is key. Don't sleep on the sleep. Okay. Colson, I'm happy I helped you a little bit with that stuff. Okay. Okay. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yes. Boom. That's awesome. I love it. So that's what I'm saying, Facebook user. I promise you, they say it's like 11% or 10% of the test. I am telling you, for some reason, it's more. Okay. It's like they put out like, joint accounts, opening an account, stuff, some account dies, a cat, stuff like that. All anything to do with customer accounts and ask questions. And you will thank me because the worst, I tell you right now, the worst thing in the world, the absolute worst thing in the world is to read a question and go, oh my God, I used to know that. There's nothing worse than that feeling. Because if you don't know it, you get your ass kicked, fine. But here you're like, crap. I used to know that. And you're just going to rack your brain. Okay. Colson, I'm glad I helped. That's awesome. Keep on it, baby. We're going to nail this. You're going to nail this thing. Okay. I think Esposito is next week. So that's good. Okay. Yeah. If you're taking the Kaplan stuff and it's Esposito, he's by far the best teacher they have. Boom. Okay. Yeah. So you're good. Okay. Yeah. I have a bunch of videos on that. If you watch I have a video called the 63 cheat sheet where I go over the registration. Then the second one is, can I sell a security? That's about the securities registration. So the 63 cheat sheet is all about the individuals registering, chart, everything. And then the other one in the can I sell a security, exempt transaction, I compare exempt securities, exempt transactions, registration, and it's a chart. Both of those are not talking heads like this stupid shit I'm doing, but it's all charts and they're really going to help. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. The next question is that Ditchy's beat my ass thing. Yeah, damn right, Sinvites. Read the fucking question, baby. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, restricted stock. Okay. So if you buy in a regulation D, those shares are restricted, which means you cannot sell them for between 6 and 12 months, right? So I'm not going to go for the SIE. Don't worry about it. So what I'm about to say, Aaliyah, don't worry about what I'm about to say. If it's a reporting company, you only have to hold it for 6 months. If it's a non-reporting company, you have to hold it for 12. That means reporting its financials to the SEC. So if you want to sell it, you have to wait 6 months or 12 months, depending on if it reports or not. If you would really like to sell it before the 6 months is up, the only way you can sell that is under 144A, which is QUIBs, which is institutions of 100 million or more. They can do anything they fucking want. Okay. So that's restricted shares, 6-month hold. After the 6 months is up, you can sell whatever you want. There's no restrictions on volume. Now, control people. That's control people. That's the pods again. Partners, officers, directors, like CEO, partners, managing directors, board, all that stuff. and big ass shareholder, that's the S, which is 10% or more. They have to follow a volume restriction. They can sell the shares right away. Now remember, if they sell it in under 6 months of profit, they have to give the profit back. But and I have a story to tell in a second. I'm going to talk right before I get into Ditchy's asshole question. I'm going to get into that. You know, I love you, Ditchy. Now, I hope I'm saying that. I think I'm saying that name right. Here's the thing. It sounds like a Japanese first name and a Spanish back name, but who knows? Okay, so now, um, it's just my being an idiot, but that's the way I'm reading this. So, control stock is if you're a partner, officer, director. There's no holding period. But you have to follow the 144 rules, the volume restrictions forever, pretty much. So the rules are you can sell the greater of 1% of the outstanding, 4 weeks trading volume, 4 times a year, which is every 90 days. It's built into the rules. So write it down. 144. 1% of the outstanding, 4 weeks trading volume, 4 times a year, which is every 90 days. That's built. So that's control people. They don't have a 6-month hold. They have a volume restriction until they're no longer a control person. Okay, hope that helps. Now, here's my little story. So, we know the rule that if you work for a broker dealer, okay, then you can't buy in an IPO. We know that you work for a broker dealer, you can't buy a common stock IPO, which is literally an IPO. So I shut down my broker dealer a year ago. So I don't work for a broker dealer anymore. So about 2 weeks ago, Reddit, anyone who's a moderator probably got the email. You got an email to that you could buy shares of the Reddit IPO. So I said, you know what? I am happy to do that. So I thought, okay. And then I started reading, it's kind of popular. So I said, I've never done it. I've never got to be on an IPO before. I'd done them with my hedge fund, and when I was working at a hedge fund and when I worked at doing risk arbitrage, but I never did it as an individual. So I went through the process. I had to open an account at E-Trade, which I hadn't done, which is the managing underwriter. I got the thing where it said, "Are you interested?" So I said yes. I filled it out, and it said you had to do your indication of interest. We know that's from the 20-day review. So I put in I wanted 1,000 shares at 30, and they said it's between $31 and $34 a share. So I said okay, fine. I said I'm going to put 1,000. I want to do 1,000 shares. And these are called issuer directed. So what they did is they carved out a certain part of it to just people who are moderators on Reddit. So I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot. So I went in there. I put in for 1,000 shares, and then what happened is they probably didn't. Maybe I don't know if they expected it or not. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of big shots on Reddit moderating, right? So then I put it in. I had to make sure the money was in the account. I transferred it over, and they said if the money's not in there in time, they reduce it. But whatever. I had enough money in there. I just moved it from one of my accounts, and then yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday, the night before, we're pricing it tomorrow, and they said it's between 31 and 34. And then I read it's 5 times oversubscribed. What does oversubscribed mean? That's a good thing. That means more people want the shares than they have. Okay. So I went in there. I said, that's good. That'll help. So they ended up pricing it at 34 last night or this morning, whatever you want to call it, which means it's the high end of the range, which means it's popular. And then, so I ended up getting a thing saying I only bought 500 shares. I ended up getting 500 shares at $34 a share, so whatever much that was. And then I was waiting all day. It didn't open until like 1 or 2 because had a lot of they have pricing and all that. So it's now trading at $50, which I am super happy about. So 40, I think it closed at 50, and now it's trading at 48, which is awesome. So I made almost a 50% return in 12 hours. I didn't sell any. I probably should. I'll probably sell like 300 or 400 of them. I don't have to hold them. I can do whatever I want with them. But I have to see if I have to hold them. Since they're issue directed, I may not be able to sell them yet. But I'll look into that. I'll keep you posted. Very cool. I got an IPO finally. Because remember, everyone who works for a broker dealer can't do that anymore. Not until you leave. So I'm like, there's an advantage of not being at a broker dealer anymore. Okay. Now, an investor is a short margining out with a market value of 26,000 and equity of 48,000. Okay. If the short increases to 4, okay. The answer is 0. Is it? Credit balance should be, credit balance shouldn't change. Credit balance never changes. It's like the debit balance. Yeah, it shouldn't change. So if you have a market value of 26 and an equity of 48 grand, you have whatever that is, 48, 60, 74,000. Right? So that's $74,000 credit balance. It should not change because remember, so what I was going to say, it should not matter. It shouldn't change unless I'm missing something. But credit balance is how much what you shorted it at and how much you put in on top of it. Okay. That's your equity. Okay. That's your credit balance. It doesn't change. So at GT, thank you for giving me that scary question. It should not change because credit balance and debit balance don't change unless you physically change them. If they say they change, let me know. It could be wrong, but I doubt that. I don't think that it does. Okay. Um, yeah, Tyler, I'm not a fan of trading consultants either. Okay. Peter Gar, get another fucking vendor. I don't Exam FX is ass. You can use it as a supplement, maybe to just for kindling if you're cold. Boom. Okay. Aaliyah, maybe some, but not a ton. Okay. Not a oh, let me get back to that. Okay. Okay. So two things. Training consultant, get another. I mean, if you have 3 weeks, get another vendor. Go get Achievable, they explain it better, or go buy the Cap and Cubic, but you got to do something to help you out. Peter, get another vendor for the 7th. The SA, you can pull it off. Yes, it's free from the broker dealer. That's great as a supplement or kindling or toilet paper, but get Achievable, get STC, get Kaplan, something like that. Something other than that. Okay. Now Colson. Here's the thing. So if you're taking it tomorrow. But it's a little late to worry about that now. But go find my slot. I have a types of order video. I think I do. I'll put it in here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. I'm sure you've watched it already, but it's literally all you have to worry about. They're not that big. See, hold on. I have a couple. This is for Colson. This is order types. Go find my SIE cheat. Go find my SIE, my options cheat sheet in the options basics. That'll help you with the options a lot. It really will put you over the top on that. And then what's the other one? Let's see. This card changes. Yeah, I don't need changes. Order types. This will help you too. These are for Sin Vice. I'll get to you in a second. Oh, in the past perfect question. Okay. Oh, Lauren, I didn't see that. That is awesome. Congratulations. Thank you for coming on here. Thank you for telling me, because guess what's going to happen? I just wanna celebrate. So worth getting demonetized. That's awesome. That is awesome, 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 awesome. I love that. Okay. Lauren, any surprises? Anything crazy on there? Getting the 66 is such a bitch of a test. Okay. Hold on. There you go. Thank you very much, Taco Man. The Ditchy. Got it. Okay. Yeah, control and restricted is 144. Okay. Hold on. There. Hold on. So, Colson, I just gave you that stuff. I gave you the order types and that. So, boom. Okay. Lauren, I am so happy for you. Yeah, I think people like hearing that little music. First time, it's kind of shocking. Okay. Usually I have it. No, I don't have it so loud in here. Well, guys, also, if you guys are bored and you need a podcast, I do kind of an audiobook. I have them set up by seasons now. But if you go to Blue Collar Finance, I basically have it SIE 7. Basically, it's my videos, but in audio, so you can listen to them as you're walking around. I even have that finance terms video, crazy 8-hour finance terms video out there, and you can just have it run behind you. Okay. Do you know what I just learned? I have a lot of There's a thing I hate if you're gonna text me. Everyone who texts me, if you're watching this, if you're gonna text me, if you text me a bunch of one-liners, I'm gonna fucking not answer you. I just found out my daughter called it a raindrop. I think a raindrop texter. Well, I'd rather one long fucking text. Don't give me bum 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 bum. I'll fucking kill you because now I got to listen to this thing pop off 10 times in a row. Okay, I won't kill you. I won't kill you. I just won't answer. Okay, I think I got those done. Yeah. Okay. Again, so Colson, also find my options cheat sheet. Okay, it's in the options basics, and that'll help you with the all that stuff. Okay, but if you're taking the test tomorrow, I thought you said maybe you watch it quick, but don't worry about it too much. Okay, 50 pages. Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's a crazy. I have an 8-hour finance terms. Hold on. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Where is it? Hold on. I'll type it in here. Let's see. I got it. There it is. A through Z, baby. I get a lot of feedback. Like I did it. I thought that'd be funny to do. I can't believe how many people have actually watched the thing from beginning to end. So this link I'm putting in here is the 8-hour finance terms. This is for any exam. I put 65, but it's literally for any exam. It's kind of crazy. Okay, hold on. Chelsea, I'll get to what you. I don't know what you. So first one, Facebook user, the grind. The 63, 65, 66. The regs part is just boring as hell. Just got to get through it. Watch my videos. Maybe they'll soften it up a little bit. You just got to get through it. It's just a grind. It was really hard. I know it's hard. Okay. Chelsea, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that would be 10. No. Yeah, here's why. So very rarely will you end up getting exactly 4 shares or 5 shares of a mutual fund. Because remember something, you can buy partial shares. It's not real. I don't think it's a testable thing, but you can buy portions of a share. So remember, when you buy a mutual fund, and this is for every test, okay? Pretty much every test. When you buy a mutual fund, you don't find out your price at the end of the day. So you don't say I want to buy 10 shares. You say I want to buy $5,000 worth or $6,000 worth or $1,000 worth. And at the end of the day, they price it. So your things won't work into an exact amount. So like if you buy stock, they'll just say, okay, you have money left over. Here, they invest everything you put in. So let's say you want to put in $1,000 and the shares work out to be like, 28.70. Okay. So then you're not going to get an exact share. So you're going to get a portion, right? So if I said, right, so let's say I want to put $1,000 and the NAV with my sales charge makes a POP of 27.80. So I'm going to do 1,000 divided by 27.8. Yeah, I'd end up buying like 35.971, right? Okay, I don't know about the 3 decimals, but yeah, you very rarely will you end up buying exact shares because it'd have to close at like 40 and you put in 1,000 to get 25 or something like that. But for the most part, you're going to get fractional shares, and that's good. Okay. Let's see, did she? Yeah, I think that is account opening customer profile. I think that works. I don't know what else it could be in customer accounts, but I do think that's it. That's literally, yeah, trust me, for the 7, you'll thank me when I do that. Like account opening, customer profile, and anything about different types of accounts. Okay. Okay. Gladings, see, okay. So you are Mexican. That's why you have a sense of humor. When I called you a fucking bastard for that question, you can laugh because you have a sense of humor. It's hard to insult you guys. Okay. Kind of like the Irish. Okay. For the options, I've memorized the quadrants. For the options and spreads, just memorize 6 letters. Yeah, I do. It's funny. A lot of people do that, but I don't do that only because it scares the shit out of me with numbers, right? But I know that like credit and narrow are the same. So if it's a credit spread, you want to narrow, and if it's a debit, you're going to widen because like in my mind, I think debit and widen don't have the same letters, but they do. In my mind, they shouldn't, but they do. It does work. Yeah, if you want to memorize stuff for the spreads, do them. Okay, now time weighted versus dollar weighted. It's interesting, right? So when you're doing this is for the 65 and 66. I don't think this is anything else. So it's when you're looking at managers and looking at averages, right, to see like how they're doing. So if you if you do time weighted, you're looking at just the investments, not the people putting money in and out. So let's say WT, you and I are managers, right? And you're a great manager, but your clients are like skittish and they run where they sell at the bottom and they buy at the top and they're always fucking it up. So time weighted would kind of like devalue that, meaning that it'd be more an absolute of what you invested in, how they return. So then you could see that, oh, you're a better manager than I, because I'm maybe my guys are ride or die, and I'm not a good, but I have a better return because they don't leave, they just stay, and over the long haul they do better. But you're a better stock picker than I am. So time weighted would show that because they discount all the money in and out. Dollar weighted is not good for comparing managers because they actually count the money in and out. So it's best to look at Mike Miranda. That's awesome. How are you? Okay, so now if you dollar weighted, it's a way to look at what your return is, not your portfolios. You like one. So WT, say you were investing and you want to say what's my return, you would use dollar weighted because yeah, if you jump in at the high and sell at the bottom, that's your fucking problem. So that's going to affect your return. But if you do it and I'm managing your money, that screws me up. So if you want to compare managers, use time weighted because it discounts the inflows and outflows. That's the words they use for money in and out. Dollar weighted, it counts that, so it has to be part of so that would be for looking at your own return, not everyone. Okay. You might get some questions like Reg. Think of Reg M on the 7. Reg M is about manipulation of follow-on offerings, not IPOs, follow-on and additional offerings. So what happens? Reg M says anyone who's in. I have a video on it, but Reg M is like basically anyone who's involved in the deal, the underwriters, the issuers, stuff like that, cannot buy shares to push the price up before the offering. That's the main one. Also, if you're a market maker and underwriter, they limit what you can buy, stuff like that. So Reg M is mostly Reg M is to regulate, to restrict manipulation of an additional offering or follow-on. Okay. Now, Reg S is foreign. Yeah, I think I did a video where I go over them. You can find it somewhere. But Reg S is about foreign. Think of offshore, of S for sure. That's like Apple issuing a bond in another country. Now, what's the deal with that? So if Apple issues a bond or security in another country, let's say they issue shares of Apple in London. Now, if they do it under Reg S, they cannot sell it to U.S. people. It has to be foreign residents. And anyone who buys those shares has to either keep it held for 6 months or a year, again, depending on if it's a reporting company. If it's a bond, it's 40 days. I don't care. So the whole point is it should be issued outside the country, but not sold to U.S. residents for a limited number of time. But guess who can buy on it? Yes, you're right. Clibs can buy on Reg S, even though in the restricted period, because 144A lets them do almost anything. Okay. Sin and vice, it's like the same thing, right? Okay. Sin, past perfect is good. I think they overteach. Okay. Look, I'm not saying they're great. I think they teach it well. I mean, they cover everything. Pretty much, if you do past perfect, there'll be nothing in an exam you haven't seen. But I'm trying to be the best way to put it without saying they're assholes. So I think I just said they're assholes, right? Anything to do with numbers, I don't know what happens. They have a good brain aneurysm. They go nuts. Like when I say Kaplan goes into the weeds too much, past perfect takes you in the weeds, drags you to the swamp, and drowns you, and then says, "What's the question?" Past perfect, their questions. Like, let me put it this way: every time I've taken the exam, the Series 7, whatever it is, I've gotten like a 99. Okay, one wrong, one true. It's not a flex. I should do that, right? Past perfect. If I'm in the mid 80s, I'm happy. That's as high as I get. So that tells you how hard they are. And I'm not saying if you're getting 60s, you're going to pass. But if you pass past perfect and it's not from memorizing, you're in good shape because they take you down fucking rabbit holes. Okay. Wait, boom. Okay. Yes, it is ridiculously math intense. Even like their options and their margin are frightening how bad they are. I mean, they make you do, and some of the things they make you do yield to maturity. There's a couple questions where they go, oh, like they basically ask you to find out how much the bond should be based on the yield. And it's like, it's not exact. It's here, but it's closer to this. I remember 15 years ago when I was at Greco, we used them and I was teaching that thing. And I was like, no one's going to get that. There was literally no one who would get a test. Like if the 7 was like past perfect, no, there'd be no registered reps left. Okay. I think more bonds and options, but there's going to be a lot of don't sleep on the options. Okay. Sin, I like it. You watch that thing. Let it run in the background. You can also listen to it on the Blue Collar Finance podcast. It's in there somewhere. Okay. Okay. Well, since they all lie, Nicole, it doesn't really matter. Since Kaplan and STC have better pass rates, they're literally the same. Okay. It's not that they all lie about their pass rates, because how can you prove that shit? Because people don't finish it. Even probably 30% of the people start and don't finish. Do they count as a fail? I don't know. Or they switch and then they get a pass. Is that a pass? So it doesn't matter. You got to go. You're fine if you're taking the SIE. Get the achievable, okay. But if you're taking the 7, you either get STC or Kaplan or get achievable and get the Kaplan question back. And the thing is, I say if you're getting free shit, get the achievable anyway as a supplement, because they teach that shit better than anyone else. I have links, not in these videos, but in my regular videos, I have a link for achievable, get a discount, and I got a link for STC where you get a 15% discount. 15? I think it's 15%. Who the hell knows what it is? Okay. So Nicole, I hope that what didn't help. You can't go wrong. Like if you are trying to choose between Kaplan and STC, it's fine. You're not going to make a wrong decision. They're both solid. Okay. But if you're doing the 3 or principal exam, STC by far. Okay. Okay. Lauren, good feedback. But STC, I think I agree. Boom. That's you're getting low 80s on that. Probably not from memorizing. I agree. I think no, it's not. I'll get to that Facebook user. So, um, I think none of the vendors are close, but STC is the closest. And again, this is what I said. I said it in the video to start this. Or you're going to get a couple questions that match the exam. You may even get one test. They go, "Oh, Kaplan looks just like it." That's rare. Okay, but again, it's also what you're used to. Every vendor has a couple questions that they get from the exam, so it makes you feel like, "Oh, I saw it. They look like it," but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's not the. You don't take tests. Remember, you're taking tests to find where you're weak, not. I have to do a thing on that. You're taking tests to find where you're weak, not. You're not doing it to see where you're not to see, and you're sort of doing it to see where you're ready, but it's much more about. Why did I put this in here? I woke up with an idea the other day, and I never wrote it down, and I fucking been waiting. Okay. Waiting to forget if I can remember what it was. So my mind goes 900 miles an hour, and it's just stupid. It's like it doesn't make me smart. It makes me actually fucking stupid. Um, yeah, I think STC is the closest on average to the exam. It doesn't mean, but you don't buy a vendor because it has close questions because it doesn't matter. Like training consultants used to be the closest, and they weren't that good. Okay, they got caught. But the thing is, like 15 years ago, it was great. They sent in that Tina and her son, I guess, got in trouble for taking that sued by FINRA because they took the test 62 times to write down all the questions. So yeah, for training consultants was the shit because they literally had the questions, but then they had to purge them. They still have the style, they know that, but a little different. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, thanks. Wow, that's funny. Sin, I am sorry that you have to listen to my voice. I appreciate it though. That's awesome. Okay. I didn't know you passed all your stuff. I thought I was yeah, listen to that one. It's good to listen to. If you want to hear all the terms and remember yourself, you can just listen to me. But I think it's funny. Um, one of these ladies, a lot, and I do the same thing. I put podcasts on, and audiobooks. Like I'm reading a book, listening to a book, One Single Condo, really good about the 20s and up to the crash. But I go to bed and I just put an audiobook on and I set the timer. So a lot of people do that to my videos. I don't know why. Maybe I put them to sleep. Who knows? Maybe I'm boring. Um, she, I'm not boring. I'm not monotone. I mean, I'm an idiot, but boring is not what I am, but an idiot I am. So she ended up putting it on and she forgot to set the timer. So she said she woke up in the middle of the night hearing a man in her room, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And she realized it was the idiot. Okay, but it's very funny. Okay, um, a Facebook, I'll get you. So okay, don't worry about it. If you're at intrinsic, okay. So yes, Chris, you need to be sponsored. You can take the SIE, the Series 3, the 65, 66, 60, 63, 65, 66 without a sponsor. Everything else you need for the 6, the 7, the 9, 10. Everything else you need a sponsor, absolutely. And we're trying the coalition. We have this thing. If you want to join after you pass, hold on, where is it? Where, this group right here that's going across the bottom. I think I did it. Hold on. There it is. FinPro. It won't let me do it. I wonder why. FinPro Coalition. Okay, that group where we're actually trying to reach out, and again, it's probably not going to happen. But we're basically accusing FINRA of being gatekeeping by not letting people helping Mark. I mean, think about it. If you don't have connections, it's hard to get a commission. If you don't get sponsorship, if you don't go to top college, it's hard to get sponsorship. So we're saying this is like they should let people take it while they're in college or something like the SIE, and let them try. I mean, and then it'll save money for the school for the people that can hire people. You don't have scores on it, so it's just a pass fail, and it helps people. We're working on it. We're pressuring them. I meet them every year and I get them drunk and I try to talk to them. But sometimes they go, "Oh yeah, it's a good idea," but they're pretty much against it. But we can work on that. Okay. Now where are we? Okay. 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 So you're worried about option exercise versus intrinsic. It's not the same thing. So I don't have my board up, so I'm not going to do it. But let's say I buy a 50 call at 4. I buy a 50 call at 4. So I buy it. If you're taking the SIE, don't worry about this. Okay. Lindsay, that's the thing. The 66, I mean, maybe bond triangle or something like that. But really, I'm going to get to this. Okay. Yeah. So Chris, that's a good thing. You get the 66 before you take before you get a job. That's going to take a lot of what they call test risk off you. That they're worried they're going to fail. You prove that you can pass that, you're in good shape. Back to this. So intrinsic. Oh, let me do this, Lindsay. There's no real dumb sheets for the 66. It's just not that kind of test. I mean, you can look at my 63 cheat sheet and see how that works. That may help, and maybe put the bond triangle there. But other than that, it's kind of just memorizing. I apologize. I wish I could do a 66 dump sheet. I can't. There's so much information. I don't think there's any one cheat sheet. Like with options and bonds, there's going to be so many option and bond questions. It works. Okay. Wow, Nicole, 5 forward and future questions. That's crazy. That is crazy. But you know what you get for that?
Wanna celebrate, yeah, yeah.
Just want to celebrate. Woo!
Oh yeah, took some time to celebrate.
Good stuff, Nicole. That is awesome. Okay. Now, back to this. So the intrinsic, hold on. I'm going to get back to this. Don't worry. Okay. Intrinsic is the in the money amount. So if you buy a 50, call it 4. Okay. If you buy a 50, call it 4. Your break even's 54, it's fine. But then let's say the stock rises to 55 and you close it at intrinsic. Close doesn't mean exercise. So buy a 50, call it 4. I have a video on this in my options basics, but we're going to find that and then we'll go here. But so if I buy a 50, call it 4, I bought it for 4. Right? That's what I paid for the option. Stock rises to 55 and I close it at intrinsic. Well, what's intrinsic? Intrinsic is the in the money amount, the difference between 50 and 55. See, so I closed it at 5. Okay, I definitely have a video on this. Maybe I'll put it in here. Hold on, let's see. Boom, there it is. See, I'm dying. I'm actually going to see a doctor tomorrow, hopefully. Okay. That's my intrinsic value video. It'll help. But remember, intrinsic is when you trade it. Okay. Exercise is when you actually buy it. So if you buy a 50, call it 4, stock rises to 55 and you close at intrinsic, you're gonna sell the option at 5, which is the in the money amount, and make $1. Okay. Now, do not spend a lot of time on it. Just watch the video. Okay. Don't worry about it too much. Now, but you should know the difference between exercise and intrinsic. Intrinsic, this whole closing at intrinsic, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say you buy a 50, call it 4, and you sold it at 55, at 5. You make $1. Okay. Now, on the exercise part, just know that if you buy a 50, call it 4, and you exercise it, you're just buying it. You're using the option. So if you buy a 50, call it 4, you're buying the stock at 50. If you buy a 50, put it 4, and you exercise, you're selling the stock at 50. If you sell a call and it's assigned, you're selling the stock at the strike price. If you sell a put and it's assigned, you're buying the stock at the strike price. So be exercised or assigned just means that you're actually using the option at the strike price. Intrinsic is the in the money amount. And when you close it, you're literally just buying it buying or selling it, and then buying it back or selling it at the other price. Okay. Don't worry about it too much. It's not big a deal. If you're taking the SA, it's not a big a deal at all. If you're taking the 7, you want to spend a little time on it so you know the difference. That whole buying and selling is buying and selling the option, not exercising. You're trading it. Where exercise is you're actually using the option. Okay. Not too bad, guys. So, Chris, get that 66 out of the way, okay? You get that 66. Now you have the SA and the 66. When you go to apply, not a lot of people do that. And here you do, because my students, I tell them, if you don't have a job, you get it. So it may seem like a lot of people do it, but most people don't have it. Don't forget, guys, go check out my Facebook group, FINRA Exam Prep with help from Capital Advantage Tutoring. It's really good. If you like what I'm doing, hit a like. Boom, you just hit that button right there. Right there. It was right there. Boom, to bang that. Okay. I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay. So wait, hold on. Wait, Nicole, I was gonna say, okay, 3 to 4 weeks. That's it. So if you have the 65, it shouldn't take more than 3 or 4 weeks, depending on how much you can study, right? So if you just pass the 63 and 65, which is badass tests, they're hard. Okay. Now, if you do that, thank you, Marlene. Okay. If you do that, you could probably spend 3 to 4 weeks on the 7 and bang this out. You could literally have this done before the end of April, maybe mid-April, right? I mean, whatever. not before Easter, but here's my advice. Read the book first. And whatever book you have, STC or Kaplan, doesn't matter. And if you don't understand it, get Achievable. They explain it better than anyone else. I just say with Achievable, get the Kaplan questions too. So this way you're really challenging yourself. Okay. Yeah, there's no way, but focus on reading the first 3 weeks. You'll see a lot of overlap from the 7, I promise you. You'll see a lot of overlap from the 7. It's a lot. From the 65 and the 7 have so much overlap, more than the 66 and 7. Okay, guys, I think almost an hour and a half. I'll take it. Okay, I have to eat dinner, so we're gonna. It's East Coast. I'm eating dinner at 10 o'clock at night. That's why I'm fat, and that's why I'm going to be dying young. Okay, I'll be dead before I'm 40. Just kidding. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Listen, be good. We got a weekend. We got a good weekend. Keep hammering. Watch my videos. I just yeah, go watch. If you're taking the 65 or 66, watch my investment vehicles video. It's a nice, good one. If you're bored and you want to spend a nice 8 hours hanging out with me, the one I just sent, the finance terms 8-hour video, it's fucking nuts. Okay, it's crazy how long it is, but it's good. I'm somewhat not boring. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna shut up, and we're gonna head out of here. I will see you all later.
Put up your Bibles.